Hi, John Erickson here at Advanced Ball Striking, and today I must say is a day that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. We have the Hogan Module series, and we are live and online with this now and available to our students. So this has really been about a 10 or really 12-year process for me to get to where we are today, and to be able to release a series like this that really takes a deep dive, deep x-ray into the workings and the dynamics of Ben Hogan's really amazing golf swing. This all really started from the advanced ball striking course. We had a lot of students that were coming over from, we'll say, the Hogan Society, or people that are fanatical about that. Were also interested in the advanced ball striking course, and I've worked with many Hoganites over the years. I think there's things that, looking back, I probably needed a little more of an understanding of, and I realized that, and I thought, well, maybe I should really take a deep dive into this and really try and get to the bottom of, what made Hogan's golf swing what it was. The folklore, the legend, the old timers that would say, it sounded different, he hit the ball like nobody else, better control. A lot of times this is just technique, just a better technique, something that's repeatable, something that holds up under pressure. Is there a technique behind this that gave Hogan this significant advantage over his competitors? And my feeling on that is absolutely, for sure. Knowing what I know now, this journey for me really took off when I had a couple of light bulb moments myself, and understanding how Ben Hogan transitioned the club is very critical to this whole thing. It has its own specific technique that's very different than anything I've encountered or seen anybody else do. And I'm talking, all the great players that I grew up with, from, Nicklaus and Palmer and Trevino and, on and on. Nobody transitioned the club like Ben Hogan did. Is something different, something unique. And so I kind of set out on a mission to really try and understand that. And I figured I would do it from the inside out, to try and really get into that kind of a golf swing, and then project out what I've learned, taking the deep dive into this. And it was a very difficult process for me. It took a long time. I really wish I would have known these things when I was a teenager. I mean, it'd be great to have this course handed to me when I was 14 or 16 years old, or even in college, or even in my early days as a pro. It's not particularly easy. This whole idea of Hogan's secret, that there's some kind of a secret that, we know this is just complete rubbish, because if it's a secret, well, then it's not a secret anymore. People are claiming, to know Hogan's secret and this kind of thing. If that were the case, then the secret would be out, people would be doing it, people would be hitting the ball like Ben Hogan and controlling the ball and all that, and that's just, hasn't happened. There's not a secret. And even if there was a secret, one thing, it affects something else in the swing. Like if Hogan's secret was, something he did to flatten the shaft, and then that's going to change what's happening down on the 430 line and post impact, unless so there's a series of things. You still have to take care of these other things. So no, there's no secret. It's not just digging it out of the dirt. It's not that he was super dedicated and hit more golf balls than anybody. There have been plenty of players that have just pounded millions of golf balls and not come to the same results as Ben Hogan. I'm actually, in retrospect, going through what I've gone through and learned, what I've learned about this. I'm quite in awe, really. The engineering of this golf swing. Now, knowing what I know now, it's pretty remarkable that somebody would design a swing in a way that would come to these conclusions. And in the Hogan Module course, we really dig down in there, and I explain I think very clearly and precisely how this all fits together. it's not meant for the faint of heart. This isn't something, you know, oh, buy this course and you're going to hit the ball like Ben Hogan in 6 months or something. But for those who really want to learn how this golf swing works and then apply it to your own game, I think it's extremely beneficial to anybody. It would be from a beginner golfer to the top touring pros could benefit from this, because we're talking about arguably or not arguably the greatest ball striker of all time. Some people might say Mo is the greatest ball striker of all time, and I saw Mo personally and knew Mo, and there's an argument for that. But there's also an argument that Hogan was the better ball striker, and I explained that in the course too, why I think that is the case, because Mo was I'm going to say Mo was the straightest hitter, but golf, it is an advantage in golf to be able to shape and curve the ball into greens, especially in the Balata era when we could really spin the ball, shaping it into greens, down fairways, left to right, right to left, different trajectories. These are the kind of skill sets that Hogan excelled in better than anybody, and we explain how that ball control works. Another question that I've had a few people ask me, or quite a few people, is how is this different than the advanced ball striking module course? And I would say, simply speaking, the advanced ball striking course would just be a bigger umbrella that would cover pretty much any really top quality ball striker hitter, I would say, on the hitting side of things. People like Nick Price and Nick Faldo would come to mind. Even Corey Pavin, short hitters, great ball control that would fit very nicely under the umbrella of advanced ball striking. So the Hogan though would fit also under that bigger umbrella, but this is very, very specific. So this would be a very, very specific model within a subset, really. And where in the advanced ball striking course, we know for a fact that there's a lot of ways to take a backswing. You can take it outside, you can do it inside, you can go flat, you can go upright, you can cross it over at the top. All these things, really getting back to the 430 line, then we can strike through the ball. A lot of ways, a lot of paths to doing that. A lot of different kinds of grips and arm positions and all sorts of things. So we really focus on what are the common elements of just good quality ball strikers, in the advanced ball striking class, and everything that you would work on in the advanced ball striking class would be applicable to the Hogan course. It's just that there would be some further refinements that would need to be taken care of. Hogan was very specific about how he addressed his starting position that would set up for his backswing, which was very specific. The backswing is very, very engineered specifically for what he's going to be doing at transition. That in the Hogan modules, we have a basic starting position address modules and working on what we need to do to position ourselves correctly. And then there's a backswing module, and we work on that to learn specifically how Hogan took his backswing and why he took it that way. And then the transition modules then are broken down into two parts, basically. We have the what I call tripping the shaft, which is very, very critical and the unique thing that Hogan did. And then we have what he referenced as the free ride down. And so we combine those two things into, so there's many, many drills to accompany each one of these things. So it's quite extensive, actually, and it's not necessarily an easy thing to do. Certainly was not easy for me to learn these things, and I'm still in this process as well. But then we would come down to the 430 line, and it would be similar to what we would be talking about in the advanced ball striking modules 1 and 2. What we call the strike into impact in the Hogan modules. And then we would have basically what I've called the golden pathway from P3 to P4, which would be very similar to the advanced ball striking course as well. Although, again, there are things that are a little bit more specific in what Hogan was doing, so there are some, I don't want to say upgrades, but these would be things that would be needed to be taken care of in the Hogan version. Then we would move to the explosion into the finish, which would, for advanced ball striking students, would take note that this would be basically module 3, But again, we have, it's a little bit different. The drilling is a little bit different than what we would be doing. It's slightly different. If you're working on ABS Module 3, that's going to transfer very nicely into the Hogan modules. There's no problem there. Nothing's incompatible, but it's just a further refinement of a couple little adjustments and things. The Hogan course is really meant to be a standalone course, so it's not required that you would take the advanced ball striking course before this. It does stand alone, and you could jump right in and get the things that you need right out of that. But I would suggest, yes, it's advantageous to have taken the advanced ball striking course first and then move into the Hogan modules. But either one, they're both great courses. The Hogan is very, very specific. I'd say it's a more disciplined approach, probably even more hard work than the advanced ball striking class. But the early test subjects that we've worked with in the Hogan course, it's been very, very positive so far. Worked with a few students that are just having incredible results with it, and just kind of prototyping this along the way over the last couple of years, and myself also being a student of this. I've been, basically just trying to gather these things and consolidate them into something that's palatable, and I'm probably good at, kind of arranging things in a way like, let's work on this, and the order of which things would go down. We have in the Hogan module course, there's a recommended order of which you would work on. It would be similar to the advanced ball striking order. Someone that's finished the advanced ball striking course, I think, could just jump in and just do all of these things at once. So that's kind of my feeling on that. There's two different approaches for people coming over from ABS modules and people that want to start right in on the Hogan modules. So it's a lot. It's a great day. I'm really excited to be able to put this out. It's been a long time. I have to, congratulate myself for finishing this thing. It's been a long time coming. I actually finished what I thought I had finished the modules a couple years ago, and after reviewing it and working on things, I just felt like it needed a few more things, and there were a couple little tweaks that I felt I needed to put back in. And then that kind of snowballed, and then I just realized, I needed to reshoot the whole thing and rewrite it and reshoot it, and I did that, and that took a long time. And then, of course, I want to thank our advanced ball striking staff. William, Paul, and Neil have just been great, and really supportive and encouraging, and to just keep the ball rolling and get this stuff done, so that we now have it available for students. So of course, with the Hogan module course comes support from us. So further instruction, and we're available to answer questions and to keep reviewing the different exercises and keep our students on the right track to improvement. So unlike a book where here's the book and you read it and you're left on your own, or here's just some standalone videos and you watch on YouTube or something and you're supposed to figure all this out on your own. We have backbone support here, so that's included with this. So that's really the most critical thing about it, beyond the obvious instruction. So anyway, I guess it's probably about it. I just wanted to get this out there and talk a little bit about it. And I think this year, maybe this year or next year, I'm going to be really focusing a lot on on Hogan and what he was doing, and talk about some of these various things here on the YouTube channel. But we highly recommend for people that really want to get this to sign up for the course and jump online with us, because it's just fantastic. I had just a brief little chance to work with Lewis Brown, who just won the U.S. Senior Amateur last year, and I just explained to him, he's already a good player, I'm not taking credit for his win or anything, but we worked on a couple things on the transition, and showed him the tripping the shaft and the free ride down thing a little bit, and he already had a lot of the other stuff in place. And then he took about 8 months to work on this stuff, just that. And here's somebody that's won on multiple tours and been a great player for decades now, and he goes out and hadn't played a tournament in, I don't know, a year or something, and went out and won the U.S. Senior Amateur and did say that it was helpful to him to work on these things. We've had some other students that have been working on these things too, and have had really good success, and won local tournaments and that sort of thing. So anyway, I'll just wrap it up now. There'll be a lot of stuff coming out soon, and I'm really excited that this day has arrived and that the Hogan modules are out. I mean, sometimes I almost thought it would never happen, but I didn't want to release them until I was 100% confident that this is exactly what we need. And I'm hitting the ball better than I've ever hit it in my life. I'm 61 years old. I don't really play much anymore, but when I go through my module exercises and teeing up, I'm getting a flight on the golf ball that I've never seen myself do in the past. I'm not really interested in going out and playing competitively anymore or anything, but it's quite fascinating to have these kind of sensations. It's really exciting, actually, to feel what was going on in Ben Hogan's golf swing, and I'll be hitting shots and showing these things over the months or years to come. So anyway, I'll sign off for now. Just wanted to make the announcement, the big announcement today of the Hogan modules are live, and we'll be seeing you soon.